Are you ready for a new chair and maybe you started shopping for a chair with more ergonomic features? It can be a little bit of a scary task because of all the adjustable components that come with an ergonomic chair. So today, I'm going to help you pick out a chair that can fit you. The first thing to look for when you're shopping for a chair is to make sure that the height of the chair goes up and down. So you don't want to find a chair that simply goes up and down. You want to make sure the chair goes high enough if you're taller and low enough if you're shorter like me. So look for a cylinder within the chair and look at the specs within the chair to make sure that the height ranges fit your needs. For me, I look for a cylinder that goes low enough to accommodate my 5'2" stature, and in return, a lot of the times these chairs that adjust lower also adjust higher. You may need to spend a little bit more money in a chair that adjusts more. So the more adjustable components you have usually calls for a little bit more money to be spent on that chair. But overall, you're going to be sitting in this chair for long periods of time, so you want to make sure that it fits you. The next thing to consider is the seat pan of the chair. So scoot your tush all the way back in the chair, making sure that your lumbar spine is touching the backrest, and you want to make sure that the seat pan adjusts to your needs. So for longer legs or specifically longer thighs, you want to make sure that the seat pan adjusts forward and making sure you have about 1 to 2 inches of space behind your knees. If you're shorter, you want to make sure that the chair goes back far enough. This is usually the main item that I see people having trouble with, is making sure that the seat pan extends forward all the way and making sure that the seat pan goes back all the way to accommodate those different lengths in your thighs. Once you've figured out the height of your chair and your seat pan depth, also take a look at your backrest next. So our backrest should support our lumbar spine all the way up to our mid-shoulder blade. Most of the time when you're shopping, you're going to look for a chair that has a high backrest. If your chair goes beyond the mid section of your shoulder blade, it's okay because you're still getting that upper back support. What's not good is if the backrest hits you just below your shoulder blade. If that's the case, you're not getting any upper back support, and many times this leads to slouching and not having enough energy at the end of the day to keep your body upright. With your back support, there are tons of options from mesh back to upholstered to leather. Ideally, aim for an upholstered chair. You're going to get the most support from an upholstered chair. If you find a chair with a mesh backrest, also be sure that it's a higher end chair that has the design components to support your lumbar spine. If not, ensure that there is an additional lumbar support with the mesh back chair. Having an adjustable lumbar support is nice to help get the support you need at just the right spot for where your lumbar spine sits. A lot of people like lumbar support on usually where our belly button sits, on the opposite side of our belly button. But everyone's spine is designed a little differently, so it's okay to bring it down or bring it up, but that's a good place to start. With some backrests, you can tilt them forward or back. This is a really good option for people who maybe like to sit up a little bit taller, or maybe you have a growing baby in your belly and you need to recline a little bit further. So having a backrest that leans forward or back is a great adjustable feature. It's also nice to adjust your backrest throughout the work week so you aren't in the same position all day, every day. One other important feature to consider is the space that is in between your seat pan and your backrest. Having an open space is really beneficial if you wear a tool belt or a holster, or maybe you have a little extra cushion in your booty and you need some space to scoot back into. So having an open space between your seat pan and your backrest allows you to scoot into your chair while getting the good support at your lumbar spine and your upper back. As you continue shopping for an office chair, you are probably finding that there's a lot to consider. The next item to consider is armrests. So armrests are incredibly important because they take the weight from our upper body and distribute it outward. So I highly encourage the use of armrests. Finding a good armrest is very important because it allows your arms to sit in what your body considers a natural position. So shoulders should be at a 20-degree angle from your body. Armrests for sure should go up and down. You also want to find armrests that go in and out to accommodate a smaller frame or a larger frame. There's some armrests that can rotate, so they can follow the line of our forearm to our keyboard and mouse. Other armrests can go forward and back. Having an armrest that can move forward is great because it accommodates a longer forearm, usually for taller people, and an armrest that can go back accommodates those shorter forearms. Ideally, you want to be sure that your armrest stays away from touching your wrist because of all the soft tissues and the bony structures and nerves and all sorts of things that are traveling through your wrist. So most of the support of your forearm is going to be on the armrest. Our wrist should be free floating, and then our keyboard and mouse should be positioned in front of us when we type in this position here. When you're looking for the design of an armrest, look for a smooth contour design. Stay away from any concave designs, as sometimes those edges can press on the soft tissues of your arms, creating some discomfort and just some fatigue in your arms as you sit in that chair for longer periods of time. The last item to consider is the material that your chair is made out of. So look for a good, durable, breathable material. Usually this is an upholstered chair. Mesh is a great breathable material, but sometimes it doesn't always offer the needed support. If you're looking for a mesh chair, look at some of your higher end chairs to make sure that they're well designed, that can support you for many years ahead of you, and make sure that the mesh part of the chair is designed well into the frame of the chair to avoid any pressure points on your legs or even at your back too. Once you find the chair that fits best for you, you've found that your knees, hips, and elbows can all rest at 90 to 100 degrees. You have maybe an inch of space behind your legs, your back is fully supported all the way up to your mid-shoulder blades. Then also consider how to set up the rest of your office space, like how to set up your desk or how to get your keyboard and mouse in the best position to fully promote this upright posture that you may be in while sitting in your good ergonomic chair. If you've liked this video, give it a like. If you want to learn more about ergonomics, follow and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me.